Hello beer tubers, and welcome to a Friday evening edition of Keith's Beer Reviews. Tonight I'm going to do one I haven't had, one of the Boulevard Smokestack series I haven't had in a couple of years. I'm going to be doing their 6 glass quadruple. I'm gonna try something right away. Mark Starr over at the Grand Old Hoppery had a little short video the other day. You're talking about hard corks in general, but Boulevard in particular. Showed a trick at least to work for the guy who tried it. I guess when you take the cage off, there are 4 little indentations. Say take your 2 thumbs, push up at one, push up at the next. Because I always struggle. These are Boulevards are notoriously. Just go to each of the indentations, push up with your thumbs. And theoretically, I've got to do it a couple more times, I guess. Guy had stronger thumbs than I did. And he wasn't 60-some years old either. Alright, that looks like that ought to go. Works fine. Nice pop. You see the smoke on that? Okay, well let me read a little. Well, let me get this in the glass, then I'll read a little bit. What's on the website is mostly on the bottle. Get this poured, let the head die down a little bit. Beautiful looking beer. Let me read this is on the website. It's also on the bottle. It says, do you know what dwells in the glass? Ask Ole and Hans Christian Andersen's The Watchman of the Tower. Better known for stories such as The Little Mermaid, Andersen wrote this short cautionary tale for a somewhat older audience. Our quadruple ale, also meant for the mature connoisseur, is a deep and mysterious libation, dark auburn and full-bodied, its sweetness deceptive. As Ole describes the glasses, in turn, the contents become more ominous until, in the 6th glass, ... And here it says, read the full text at smokestack.boulevard.com. This comes in at 10.5% ABV, 22 IBUs. Malts and Adjuncts are brown sugar, Cara 300, dark candy syrup, dark sugar, Dextrose, malted wheat, Munich, and pale malt. The hops are Perle and Tradition. That dark candy sugar, candy is spelled with an I at the end, so that must be something special. We got here is a dark translucent beer. Beautiful off-white tan head. A lot of small bubbles. Beautiful looking head on that. Got lacing all the way down already. Get it up the nose and see what we have here. Okay, definitely you get a lot of malts. You get your caramel, your toffee, little bread. There's some fruitiness. Definitely dates and raisins. Maybe some pears. Little oak, vanilla type oak. Maybe even a cola type aroma. Bit of chocolate. Maybe even almost some bourbon notes. There's a heck of a lot going on here. There's a slight sour aroma, but mostly your sweetness. Let's give it a taste and see what follows. Like I said, I haven't had this in a couple of years, but I remember it as being very good. Of course, as all of these smokestack series are, Boulevard knows their stuff. Oh yeah. Get cherries. Looks like a sour sherry. Definitely get the musty yeast is in there. You get your caramel. There's that almost cola flavor again. Get your raisins. It's got a slight alcoholic finish. Well, maybe a little more than slight. You don't get it through the mouth until almost at the end. This is very nice beer though. Get a little clove, a little pepper. Get some like brown bread flavors, like rye bread, whole wheat bread. A lot going on in the aroma, a lot going on in the taste. It's a little chewy. It's not completely full-bodied, but it's getting pretty darn close. But it's a touch carbonated, so it's cleansing. It's a nice clean mouthfeel. The alcohol does sort of kind of tinge there at the end. Somehow I think this is probably a good beer that'd stand up to a good year or two of aging. Maybe take down some of that booziness. But I'm going to add a little more to the glass. Drink on this a bit, and I'll be back with you after a while. Probably be longer than normal, because this again is a sipper, not just 10.5%, but there's just a lot going on here, a lot to savor and enjoy. So I'll be back after a while and with my final thoughts and grade. Okay, I'm back. It's been 45 minutes or so. I don't know. There may or may not be a final chug on this one tonight. Went outside, wandered around. This is one of those steamy July Midwest evenings. Still 95, about like 95 degrees. The heat index is still over 100, probably about 110. Cicadas, I love that sound. Cicadas were singing in all the trees. I just sort of wandered around and sipped and savored. This is definitely a sipper. Overall, I'd say, for my taste, this is just a bit too sweet. Not quite enough yeastiness. I mean, it's only 22 IBUs, so you know it's going to be a sweet beer. I think it's a little too much on the maltiness and not enough on the yeastiness. I mean, it's a delicious beer, and you know, as it warmed up, there's some new flavors, almost like baked apples or pears that weren't there before. Some fruitiness. I mean, you're still getting your raisins, your caramel. That cola-like taste has sort of disappeared. You're still getting clove and you know, pepperiness on the finish, along with some. This is very well carbonated. I think it may be a bit too much carbonated. So I'm gonna. This is one of those I'm gonna give a. It does leave nice lacing all the way down the glass though, but this is one of those I'm gonna give one of my double scores for. As a quadruple, like I said, I think it's a little too malty, a little too sweety, not enough. A little too sweet, not enough yeastiness. I'm probably gonna give it an 8 as a quad. I mean, it's still a darn good quad. It's just not quite the West Mall is my favorite, and that's a standard. So compared to West Mall, I'll give it an 8. As a beer I like and gonna drink, and I just found out that the local distributor has decided to discontinue carrying the smokestack beers because apparently it's not selling fast enough for him. So I'm going to grab myself a couple bottles of these. This one has a best buy date of February 2013. I'm going to grab a couple bottles of these, one to have probably late this fall or early this winter. I don't let one age for a year, maybe 2. I'm going to grab them while I can locally, and then I'm going to have to grab them when I'm out of town. 60 or 120 miles or wherever I have to go to get them. So I'm going to grab myself a couple of these here in the near future before they're gone locally. Just set a couple back. I've got my parents' basement. I don't have a basement where I live, so my parents have a basement. I've got one Dogfish Head Miles Davis Bitches Brew that I've had there for the last 9 months or so. I got a couple this year, and I've had a 30th anniversary of the barley wine in their Brewer's Reserve that I'm letting sit. They got a nice, dark, cool basement. Got them in bags, hidden away in the dark, just sitting away. I'm gonna add one of these, and let it sit for a year, maybe 2, and try it again. But I don't think I'm going to chug this last one. I've got a quarter bottle left here. Oh, what the hell. Cheers, everybody. Keep drinking good beer.